Maybe not. Maybe not. Splash, splash. Oh god, what's that? Stop. Stop. You're dead. No. Oh, shots fired. No, it's going down now. It's done popped off. Yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep. No. Stop. This is it. But we're hitting the transfer portal because this team sucks. Got clear distance to Yukon 16 southouts, and we can do 70 now. What's up, guys? Good morning. It's another day on the railroad. That's exactly what we're going to be doing. We're doing some more railroading, guys. We're going to be taking the juice train down the A line as soon as I get this thing loaded up and ready to go. Let me get a few things situated here. We'll get the music down and we'll be good. There we go. Got that. All right, let's get this loaded. Saw someone left a comment and said that they just got run 8, but they weren't sure what to do. They were having trouble with run 8. And it's pretty easy to get into, honestly. Like, you load the game up, this is the first thing you're going to see. You select your region that you want to go into, right? You could do really the only region you're going to have with a brand new install of the game is the UP BNSF Southwest US, right? That's all you're going to have because you won't have any DLC unless you bought some DLC and installed it. But more than likely, the only thing you're going to have is the Southwest. But either way, you just pick your region that you want to go into, right? We want to go into the Southeast region, so that's what we're going to go with. So we just hit select scenario. It's going to take you to the next page. The next page loads your world, right? I've got a ton of stuff in my world. Like, a lot of this is irrelevant to you guys. This is all like video and live stream stuff and everything else. But at a minimum, you might have like a I don't know, you'll have something in here. You'll have, let's see, where's it at? Maybe I thought they had something. Here we go. HRS B3 Savannah. That comes with a Savannah DLC. You'll have like if you buy this DLC, you'll have Waycross and A-Line. Whatever DLC you have, just pick the one that you want to load. That basically populates your world, right? It just populates your world. You hit launch, it's going to load everything up and you'll be good to go. Get that down a little bit lower. All right, there we go. So once you select your world and you load into the game, it's going to take a minute. It's going to take me a hot minute because I got 623 trains to load in. It could be trains, it could be consist, it could be cuts of cars, it could be single cars, but either way, I've got 623 items to load into the game, so it's going to take a minute. It's basically going train by train. You can see up here 240 to 623. It doesn't take too long. I think it's pretty reasonable for the amount of stuff that you could potentially have in game. Nick, what's up, dude? Good morning. Redneck, what's up? Good morning. How you guys doing? How's the stream look? Everything good? Everything good on this end? I was just going through the basic startup of the game because someone left a comment that said they were struggling with like just getting going in the game. So once you load into the game, right, and it's loading your trains, the very basic movement keys, it's pretty standard for like any FPS, right? Just moving around with WASD. WASD is going to move you around. W forward, S backwards, A and D, strafe left and right, and you can use your mouse. Really what I do like 99% of the time is just hold shift W, because shift is going to increase your speed. It's more like a fast walk. I really kind of wish this was the default walk speed in game, honestly. Like, this is super slow. This is super slow. I think this should be the default speed, right? I mean, unless you're like, you know, in the retirement home in run 8, this is really slow, right? Looks good on your end. All right, Redneck, I appreciate it. So yeah, just hit shift and W, and then you just take your mouse and just point it wherever. That's the basic movement. I know that's what they were saying. They couldn't even figure out how to move around in game. So yeah, just do shift W and aim your mouse. You'll see that little red crosshair there. It'll move you around. We're loaded into game. We're down at Crawford because I set up some AI trains for us today. So what we need to do is we need to go to our own train, which is up at Winnaker. So to do that, you just hit F3, go to your dispatcher screen, look for the point that you want to teleport to, and we want to go up here to this north switch at Winnaker and just hit spacebar and bam. Your own small screen. Yeah, we'll put it on big screen here. There we go. That's gonna be a little better. Screen I'm in. Yeah. Yeah, work got you yesterday. I fell asleep and didn't get to help him. Oh, okay. So they got on the Discord and was asking for help. That's good. That's good. It's very easy. It's very easy. It's not much to it, right? All right, here's our train. Once again, this is the juice train. We're going to take this guy. I'm going to get this music down just a little bit more. There we go. I'll be honest, I'm kind of dragging this morning from the time change, guys. It's kind of got me messed up just a tad. Let's auto start, auto air brake. Hoosier, what's up? Good morning. Did you get your run 8 issues figured out? Did you figure out the basics of moving around? Because we can go through that real fast if you need. It's very simple. Movement, basic movement in game is just WASD. It's just like any first-person shooter. To be honest, it's like I was saying earlier when I went through it. Usually, I just do Shift W and then use my mouse to point the direction that I want to go. Right? It's pretty. It's not too hard. Once you get it figured out, it's not too hard. All right, we got our train loaded up. He started. Let's see. Need to get our AI going, I think. Let's look at that real fast. Let's do auto. And we need to look at our screen here and figure out what channel we need here is going to be the thing. I think it's 14 tone 5, right? I don't see it at the moment. Revan helped me out a lot. He got me started. Sweet. That's awesome, Hoosier. I'm glad someone could help you out in there. This is a good group of people. Hey, what's up, dude? Good morning. Joe, what's up, dude? Good morning. Is everyone else, are y'all like me? Are y'all dragging this morning? Because I'm dragging this morning. I think it's 14 tone 5 is what we need. We're going to continue our juice train, guys. That's the plan for today. It's such a fun train to run. Channel 14. You've learned a lot, but you got a lot of reading to do. Yeah, like all the user manuals kind of sucks. Man, I don't really know what they could do to make it better. Maybe combine them all. Like, it's such an in-depth game. It is a lot. Like, it is a lot. It's a big learning curve, right? It's a big learning curve. So I was trying to think of ways they like could condense all that down, but I really don't know other than like put it into one manual. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. It does have a little bit. It does have a bit of a learning curve to it, but once you get it figured out, it's pretty good. Since we've had a problem with stuck brakes on this train, we're going to draw them down pretty tight before we get out of here. I want to make sure. And let's check our AI and make sure they're leaving out. Yes, they are leaving out. Sweet. It's not giving that dude a light for some reason. I don't know why. We honestly may have to intervene a little bit. We may have to intervene on that. He's not giving that one AI train a light. He's a startup tutorial. He got me hooked up with Depot. Yeah, the Depot's a really good place. There's a lot of places to go to. The Depot's just like one of the main ones that I know of. Woke up at 4, could go back to sleep. I'm not feeling it yet, but probably will eventually. Yeah, I hear you on that, dude. All right, let's do tone 5. Let's call up Otto. Also, Kerbo videos can help you as well. For anybody new to the game, Spur has a lot as well. It can help. Yeah, I do more like, I guess mine are more like teaching by doing, right? Get our light here. Lots about signals and switch speeds. That's going to be something that could trip you up. West Coast versus East Coast, right? But really, it's basically CSX versus everyone else, because even NS is route based too. So it's like CSX versus everyone. Did we get a light? Got a light down here? Yes, we do. All right, let's get out of here. Hoosier, I guarantee, once you get into it and kind of get your feet wet a little bit in game, you're going to enjoy it. There we go. We got her moving nice. Your videos and Kerbo's videos help me out a lot. That's cool, Redneck. You watch Kerbo mostly as railroader videos. Like I said, if there's anything that you guys specifically want to know about, always ask. I take for granted that people know this stuff already, right? Like it's really easy to do because I've done it for so long too, right? Like I've played this game pretty much since day one, so it's really easy to take for granted that you know, or to assume that other people just know what you're doing. All right, let's go. 60-mile-an-hour train. It's going to say we're 50, but we're actually 60. I did confirm that. I confirmed that in the air brake and train handling rules for CSX. TPIX cars are rated at 60-mile-an-hour empty, so there's the reason why it's saying we're 50 is because they're empty cars, but it should be 60. So I'm just shy of a switch. Glad I did, because after Revin left, a train came through there. Uh-oh. Which East Coast route would you pick up first? I really like the A line, but I feel like I should start at Waycross and work your way out. All right. The difference between like Waycross, A-line, and Fitz to me is that A-line and Fitzgerald are all just running. Like if you just want to run a train from point A to point B, then that's your jam. If you like a lot of like Waycross is heavily yard dependent too. Like Waycross has some running on it. It has a little bit of running. It has a little bit of the tiny bit of the Fitz from Baldwin. It has a little bit of the Jessup. Well, actually it has pretty much just about all the Jessup, not quite. So yeah, Waycross does actually have a good bit of running, now that I think about it. It doesn't have as much as the other routes, but you've got Ludowici down to basically like Winnaker, and then you've got Waycross down to just shy of Race Pond, right? I think it's just shy of Race Pond where it switches over. So yeah, you do have a little running on there. Plus you got the big yard. But I do feel like the focus of Waycross is the yard, right? You see his unit has WAP tech computer screen. Yeah, it does. It doesn't do anything though. It's because it don't have PTC. I like the yard work at Waycross. It can definitely keep you busy. Like, that's a whole thing in itself, right? Working the yard there. Like, if you just want to work a yard and have AI trains, like, you know, run AI trains in and out of there and, like, classify them. Fossil power, all that stuff. CSX K651 got clear south Winnaker, 9032 south out. You can do that, right? All right, she's going to get, guys. She's a good train. Honestly, one of my favorites that I've run in a while. Like, she just, for 2 engines, she'll go, but she's not very heavy. She's not very long, not very heavy. If you're new to this series, we're running the Tropicana Juice train. We start up in Yemassee, South Carolina. We're taking this thing down to Baldwin, Florida. She is 3,300 feet long, almost 34. 4.8 HPT. We got 2 -9s on the head end. She's 1,885 tons. 36 empties, 6 loads. We do, this is representative of the early 2000s, so we do have a Philadelphia cut of intermodal containers on the head end here, and then we got our Tropicana cars on the bottom. That's basically it. You did turn off flange squeal. My last nerve thanked me. I don't ever notice it, to be honest. Like, I really just don't. I don't notice it much. Like, have I even had a flange squeal since we started playing? I don't know. Maybe it's a speed related thing or something. In curves. All right, so we do have several meets. We got 3 meets to make out there. Say I printed out a lineup, so we got the N100, we got the K832 phosphate train, and we've got 652 out there too, but 652 is not left yet for some reason. He's just not getting a light. We may have to intervene on that. Let's do that real fast.
CSX equipment defect detector milepost 592.0.
This is invalid route. It's got this track, like this track authority or something here that's going on, and I don't understand what's going on with that. I've routed through there before. I know I have. Watch the VRF video from Horseshoe Curve, Altoona. Yeah, because they're going slow and around that sharp curve, right? You go on a sharp curve, you'll hear it. I got to get that guy lined out of Baldwin. We're going to. It's almost like there's a switch down there that's been thrown, but there's not. There's absolutely not a hand throw down there that's been thrown, so I don't know. Signal's already in line and running time. Yeah, I don't know, guys. We'll let him get moving a little bit, and then we'll throw it back to Otto, see if he can do something. Drifter, what's up, dude? Good morning. So I take it you started out on the BNSF route, the base route of the game, Hoosier. Yep, that's a good one. That was a lot of fun back in the day. I said I'm not much of a mountain railroading guy, but I did have there's some good times on that route early on. Let's throw it back to Otto. Let's see what he does. Baby steps. Yeah, absolutely. Baby steps. When you get into the CSX stuff, it's a whole different world with, as far as like signals. Speed signals versus route based. The CSX speed signals go way back too. They go all the way back to like the ACL days. You spend most of your time on the Bakersfield sub. The Bakersfield sub is a good one. I really like that. If I do anything, like my preference on West Coast related stuff is the Central Valley. But yeah, speed-based signals, speed signals on CSX go back a long ways. The ACL days are a little different though. They weren't like, a lot of it was similar, but there were a few that were different. I think they had trying to think which one was so different. I saw an old a signal list of ACL signals from back in the day somewhere. CSX K651's got clear distant to Birch, 9032 south out. CSX does have their own special way of doing things. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. When I hired out, I had to do flashcards. Like, and Mrs. Spur made me a whole bunch of flashcards. She made a bunch of flashcards with the signals on them, you know, and then she would just quiz me on them because, of course, you know, you had to learn them. Then we had to take a test, right? You have to take a test and pass the signal test. That sort of stuff. But yeah, she did real good with that. I think she knew them too. By the time we were done, I think she knew him too, right? You can play Train Sim World 2, the sand patch grade. I almost thought about getting it. I've gone back and forth so much on that game. I really want to do the commuter stuff. I think the commuter stuff would be fun. But then I've seen other people play it and they get those random stutters, and I just like that really, if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for the stutters, I'd probably, I don't know, I'd probably consider it a little bit more. Redneck says he spends his time on the rail in real life and on the game on the AGS. That's cool. There's so many real life railroaders that play this game. It's kind of crazy. When you're married and trucking, your wife brought you a tote full of candy, snacks, and magazines. That's cool. All right, we got to clear Birch. We'll be coming into Folkston, guys. If you get TSW, get it for the Peninsula Corridor. Really? What? Now, what is that? Does anyone else have the stutters? Is there anyone that plays that game that doesn't see the stutter issues? Like, is that just like part of the game across the board? Or is it like a person by person thing? That's my thing. Caltrain, commuter train. Okay. Yeah, it does sound fun. I really want to do the commuter stuff. That's the thing, is like really, I wouldn't do any freight in that game. Like, this is my freight jam here. That guy is just not. Yeah, he is just not. I wish we could go down there and check it out. Like, we need that main too, big time. Like, that's kind of a big deal. We need this main. We need that main when we go down to Baldwin. We may have to do a little finagling when we get down there. It's very laggy. Stutter's just a thing. Yeah, very powerful PC, and you get tons of stutter. Yeah, see, that's what really turns me off on it big time, guys. Like, it just really does. It turns me off on that big time. I don't know. Maybe I'll pull the trigger one day and just give it a try and see what it does. Did own the stutters. CSW was my introduction to railroad games, so I'll always give credit for that, but it just doesn't cut it for me anymore. Well, yeah, I think the thing with TSW2 is it's a very linear game, and what I mean by that is like you're very limited in what you can do, right? Like it's kind of like heavily scenario based, that sort of thing. CSXK 651's got it clear. Homeland number 1 main, 9032 south out. We got a 50 up here through Folkston. We'll have to remember that. Actually, I probably should go ahead and start slowing down for that. It used to be like in game, they messed with that speed through Folkston a lot over the years. In game, originally, like when it first came out, it was 60 through there, and I think it was 60. It was 60 in real life, and then they kind of changed it up. Anything associated with Microsoft is garbage, especially their peripherals. That and you can't work industries, like you can't switch. Yeah, you just seem very limited in what you can do all the way around. You pass the red board, you fail the stereo, you have to restart. The first time I passed red in run 8 was such a breath of fresh air. It's like, quick, put it in reverse. Back up. I've known some guys to do that. I remember one in particular. They were having to ease into a siding, and it was really tight fit in the siding. Like, they just barely fit. And he said he started getting up on the signal, and he drew the air down, and it just wasn't doing anything for him. Like, it just didn't want to stop. And they kind of eased by the signal just a little bit. I don't even think it was enough to like trigger the light on the dispatcher screen, but he said they put it reverse real fast and backed up. Like, Sotos, what's up? How you doing, man? Good morning. DSX K651's got clear Folkston number 1 main, 9032 south out. Yeah, we're going. She did not slow up anything like what I thought she would. We got 50 up here. We may hit that a little bit fast. It'll be okay. I'll take a few. What route would you recommend more, an SAGS route or CSX Savannah? Do you have any of the other CSX routes, or is that like your entry you're getting? All right, here we go. Folkston. There's a platform. All right, we did it. We lived the Folkston dream. You have Fitz and Waycross. Oh, dude, that's really a tough one. I like both those routes a lot. That's tough, dude. Where they pulled Peninsula Corridor is no longer. They pulled it because they never renewed the license. I hate to say, but TSW is nothing more than a game and very resource hungry. Morning, all. What's up, King? How you doing, man? I gotta count this off. Hang on a second. Let me count that down. That's your favorite route? Trying to figure out what we're going to do about that K652 down here that's stuck. We may put this guy in a siding at like 4 acre or something and go down there and investigate before we finish up. You're thinking Savannah because the Riceboro and Southern Short Line. Yeah, that's a nice little run out there. You know, it really boils down to, like, do you want to continue the whole CSX thing or do you want to try something different with the NS? The NS is an absolutely awesome route too. The AGS. So it's hard for me to say. I like both. Got to call work back. Uh-oh. Hanging in, trying to wake up. How about you? I see we have the pocket rocket. Yes, we do have the pocket rocket today. We're going to finish this up. Oh, what do we got up here? We got an approach limited. Nice. We do have the pocket rocket, and dude, I'm dragging like no damn tomorrow too, bro. Like, this time change kind of got me a little bit. Plus, we're staying up late. Like, that's always what happens when it springs forward. You stay up late, and then it feels like you're getting up extra early. TSXK 651's got approach limited. St. Mary's, number 1 main, 932 south out. I'm even having trouble processing calling the signals for some reason this morning. Like, usually it's just like second nature, but I can't seem to put it together in my head to call these signals out. The signal is still green. Well, it's a yellow over flashing green, so that's an approach limited. Means we got to hit up this next signal that's limited speed, 45 mile an hour. AGS is very self-contained. East Coast, you need to buy multiple routes to get a full Renegade experience. Yeah. Have I run the short line yet? I did a little bit. If you missed the live stream that I did where I looked at the Savannah route, I did run it a little bit. The bulk of everything is going to be at the end of it. There's some kind of paper place that, like, there's some kind of big industry out there, but there's not really very much in between boroughs and like boroughs and wherever the end of that. I don't know. Does that go actually to like Riceboro itself or just kind of out that direction? But yeah, between us adjusting, getting kids readjusted, it's always fun time. Yeah, my kids are out on spring break right now, so they get a little bit of a reprieve from that. Your favorite question, have you checked out the golden painted CBEQ steamer? You need to put that in Discord, dude. Put that into Discord and I'll look at it. I keep forgetting. I have the memory of a gnat, bro. I really just do. And I'm horrible with names as well. Like names and faces. I don't know why. I've always struggled with that. Spring forward doesn't bug you, but fall back takes me a month to adjust. Yeah, spring forward kind of bothers me a little bit. Like I said, my main problem is that, like, you wind up staying up late at night because it doesn't feel late. So you stay up later than usual, and then when you get up in the morning, it's actually like, you know, the time has changed, but it feels earlier. You have the link to the Discord. Oh, wait, you're not in Discord? You didn't know I had Discord? Yeah, I've thrown it up there before. Hang on, give me a bit to get situated here, and I'll throw one up. I need to do Nightbot with that. That wouldn't be too bad. Nightbot. Let this thing slow down a little bit here. There she goes. Yeah, she stops on a dime. She stops on a dime. Man, she does. Since we've had a problem car with stuck brakes, we're going to make sure we get 10, right? Hopefully that'll help. TSX K651's got a limited clear below number 1 crossing to 2, 9032 south out. right, there we go. We should be good. Got this big old sag right here. I'm back. Got a question for you. What's that? What's that? Redneck, hit me up. I'm still learning my locomotives. Dash 9 is the predecessor to the Jibo, right? Yes, that is correct. The Dash 9 is prior to the Jibo. They had Dash 9s when I worked. We didn't have Jibos, though. Never even heard of them. Didn't know anything about them, but they did have Dash 9s. I think the very first, like, all right, this is the 9000 series Dash 9s are like the very first ones. And I don't know if it's represented in game or not, but technically the 9000 series Dash 9s that they did for CSX were actually in Dash 8 car bodies. They just had the Dash 9 electronics and stuff. And, you know, they even got like the Dash 8 trucks on them. If you look at it, they got the Dash 8 trucks. Let's see if I can do, that isn't going to work. How do you do that? Go back in here. Let's see. Is it that? Yeah, here we go. So they've got the Dash 8 trucks, as you can tell. It looks like a Dash 9 car body, so these may not be like 100% accurate. But they were Dash 8 car bodies. All right, let's open it up. And I think, what, they came out like 94, 95? Would I like to cover for you today for the railroad in real life? Dude, I am done with that. I'm done with that. I've had dreams, though. It's weird. I've had dreams that I got called for the railroad after like being away for 20 years. Like they call me up and they tell me they need me for a train and I don't have anything. Like I don't have any of my paperwork. I don't have any of my bulletins. I don't have any timetable. Like I have nothing. And they're like, just get on the train and go. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, I don't even know where I'm at. Like, because it's always an unfamiliar place. Like, I need a pilot. Give me a pilot, please. I need a pilot, but it never works. They're the weirdest dreams. They're recurring dreams. I have them every once in a while. I don't know why. All right, here we go. Here's our meets. This is the N100. Have I been to Folkston in real life before? No, I have not. I've never been to Folkston. I wish I could have. I could have gone through there in real life on a train. I stood for that job. We had a long pool that went from Manchester to Jacksonville on 120 and 121. I stood for it. Every once in a while, I'd stand for it. And I wish I'd done it. Whole train looks good, Marcus Hagen.
CSX equipment defect detector milepost 610.6 CSX track equipment defect detector milepost 610.6 track 1 no defects.
All right, no defects.
392.
Yeah, I really wish I'd gone down there. I should have. I wasn't qualified though. I've never been down there. My engineer said I know how to get down there. He's like, you'll be all right. He wanted me to jump on it just to do it for the sake of doing it. I never did. CSX K651 got clear. Andrews number 2 main 9032 southbound. You're gonna be giving up 2 more years. I'll be there for a total of 60 years. Norfolk Southern. Yeah, I'm done. I would never go back. Unless I don't even know what they could do to make me go back. I really it would never, like, I don't think there's anything they could do that would ever, like, unless they just offered like a stupid amount of money, right? Like like maybe $100,000 a year. I would do it. I would at least consider it. 100, maybe 150, maybe 200. Actually, I'll make it 200. 200 would sound pretty good. Because I know some guys that were pulling in probably $100,000 a year, close to it back in the day, right? Like they worked all the time. They did, they never claimed rest, so really that's not that much of an increase, honestly. Did you hear that? Is that what happens when two trains hit the DD? I don't know how that goes down on double main, dude. I never worked on double main that had DDs like that, so I don't know. Like they did step all over each other. I don't know how that would work, to be honest. You know, I was thinking about that when we were going over it. I was like, that's a jumbled mess. I can't even tell what he's saying. The stories you heard about railroading in past is nothing like that today. Yeah, it's not. It's not. Like I said, I never heard an old head complain about railroading in the 70s. Have you? Have you guys ever heard an old head complain about railroading in the 70s? It was great. You know, 60s, 70s, never heard a single one ever have a complaint about railroading back then. That stuff didn't start until like the late 80s. After that 82 agreement or whatever it was that they did. Because at that point, then you had the pre-82 guys and you had the post-82 guys, and it's like, it was just a big headache. But not that you can recall, right? Like, I never heard an old head complain about railroading in the 70s. And I worked with several that railroaded throughout the 70s. Like I said, I worked with some that hired out in the 60s, so they never had a complaint. That didn't start until way later, and by the time, you know, people started complaining, they already had so much time invested, there was no point in leaving. That's what they all told me. All the old heads that I kind of talked about, you know, that I told them I was getting ready to leave the railroad, they said, do it now before you put too much time in. Don't get too heavily invested, right? Railroading is going to shit now. I liked it better when I started. Right, yeah. It wasn't like we thought it was bad, and I thought it was bad in the early 2000s, but I guess that probably doesn't hold a candle to now, right? It's a different perspective. CSX case 651 got a clear distance to Hilliard. Whoa, 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 whoa. That wasn't a clear. Was that a clear? It looked like it. Never mind. I'm an idiot. I was looking at the other signal. I was looking at, got a clear distance to, got a clear distance to Hilliard. I told y'all I am not with it this morning, guys. Like, I've got severe brain fog. Got a clear distance to Hilliard. Number 2 main, 9032 south out. I'm so, railroading is horrible now. Yeah, it really just is. No one wants to do it long term anymore. You know, before, like way back in the day, you know, I always kind of equated a job on the railroad as almost like the equivalent to being an airline pilot. Back in the day, I'm talking like way back in the day, right? Like it was a pretty good job. And it's just continuously going downhill. Like they've sold them out over and over and over and over again every time. Yeah, it's just progressively gotten worse. I do like the fact that they added rest days to the pool jobs. I think that was good. That was a good move. I totally agree with that. That's one of the few good things, but like it just, I didn't like the double standard. I've gone on this soapbox like a million times. I didn't like the double standard. There's always a huge double standard out there. You know, do this for us, and you know, we need you to do us a solid and you know, kind of skirt this rule or whatever. But as soon as you mess up and do something on your own, like, then you get run off, right? You had the stomach flu the past week, so yeah, I had that too last week or something. That was rough, dude. I don't know, like, it was bad. CSX K651's got to clear downtown Hilliard. 9032 south out. So yeah, the double standards, the fighting for your money, they're all the time screwing you over on your money. like with tickets and stuff like that, all the time messing with that stuff. It's just, you're all the time having to deal with something, you know? And then on top of that, they mess with the board. They mess with the turns on the board. They would manipulate the board. They would hold turns. They would move turns, like to keep people available on the board to work. Here's our K-869. Loaded phosphate train going north. Or K-832, sorry, K-832. So yeah, they just did stuff like that all the time. Like the manipulating the board really pissed me off. I didn't like that. Like, don't, you know, and then I call my union rep and he's like, well, I'm going out of town. You're just gonna have to deal with it. And I'm like, why am I paying like this stupid amount of money in union dues and you're not even going to help me on this? Because what they did was, like, I had been off and my turn was supposed to go out while I was off, right? The last day that I was off. I can't remember if I was off on vacation or if it was a weekend or what, but my turn was supposed to go out while I was off. So what was going to happen is my turn goes out while I'm off, and then when I mark back up for my vacation or whatever it is, my turn would go back to the bottom of the board, right? But what they did was they knew I was going to be marking back up at midnight off of whatever it was that I was doing. So they just kept rolling the turn. Like my turn would go to first out, and then they would bump it out. They would bump it down to 6 times out. And then it would work itself up to first out, and then they would bump it. So they just kept rolling it down the board because they knew, hey, this guy is going to mark up at midnight. He'll be able to take this train because he'll be available. Well, they shouldn't have done that. Like it should have, like my turn should have gone out while I was off and should have come back to the bottom of the board, and they didn't do it. And it pissed me off like no tomorrow. And I told the crew caller when he called me, I said, I'm not going. I said, you may as well go ahead and mark me off without permission, a missed call, because I'm not doing it. And so, and then we've been into that before, but so. All right, 20 watching, only 8 likes. Come on, guys. I've got, I'm showing 14 on my end. But I do appreciate it, guys. Thanks. I'm the worst on liking. I forget. It's not that, it's not a matter of me liking or disliking something. It's just I don't think about it. Like the like system on YouTube is not very intuitive. You know, it's just like it's an afterthought, right? It's an afterthought. Refresh to 14. Either way, I do appreciate that, guys. Thank you, NWF. I appreciate it. Between all the cuts and the technology and micromanaging, so you're essentially a babysitter when you work, at least on class 1s. The short line on the flip side are more relaxed, but you trade to pay for it and strike me with lightning. But these days unions are useless. Yes, they are. They're absolutely useless. I have, like, no, I don't have anything good from the union when I did that. They kept people from that needed to be fired stayed on, and you know, no, I'm not a fan. They didn't do anything good for us. Like I said, it really pissed me off that morning when I called my union rep and told him that they were manipulating the board like that and moving the turns, and he was like, well, I'm going out of town, you're gonna have to take care of it. I'm like, why am I paying you all this money? Why am I paying you this money? If I got to turn around and call Jacksonville and fight with them, why do I need to do this? You know, why am I paying? If I got to take care of it myself, why am I paying? Maverick, what's up, dude? Good morning. So be careful what short lines you go for. Yeah, results may vary, right? You work for a short line, don't give a damn about the pay. Yeah. It's a lot. There's like a lot of factors that go into that. Who you're working for, what is involved with the job, like, are you home every night? Are you, like, you know, there's a ton of stuff that go into that. I've yet to talk to a short line railroader that did not recommend working there. Well, that's good. Yeah, but you're right, King. The unions are useless. They can't do anything. They have zero bargaining power. We got approach medium. All right, CSX K651 has got approach medium, Little Mills Creek, number 2 main, 932 south out. Wonder what he's got us doing. I wonder what he's got us doing. You can't stand unions. I'm so glad. Bye, hello from Alaska. Department is non-union at the store I work for. What's up, Andrew? Good morning. How you doing, man? Yeah, they never like it was just a waste of money for me. I'll be honest. Like I said, we had people that needed to be run off, that weren't safe, that I didn't feel comfortable working with. A lot of people didn't feel comfortable working with, and they were pretty much unfireable, right? They're pretty much unfireable. So, I mean, Great Maverick, I count my lucky stars. Never got above the 75% before getting furloughed, which ticked me off. I make more now than when I was there, so I never got a taste of 100%, which helps. Yeah, see, I never got furloughed. My first year, they cut off one dude below me. I never, and honestly, like looking back on it, probably at the time I was hired in the early 2000s, I probably would have never been furloughed. I would have been very, very surprised if I'd gotten furloughed, but they cut off like one below me that first year, and then the second year that I worked, I wasn't even remotely close to being furloughed. So I was lucky on that. All right, we got this approach medium up here. I think this is we're coming into Callahan, right? I guess we're going to be crossing over and taking the Callahan sub. Yeah, it's Callahan. Okay. I didn't even realize we were close to Callahan. Time flies by, right? When you're having fun. CSX K651's got to be clear. Callahan. Nahuna number 2 crossing to Callahan sub 9032 south out. There we go. There's our 30. Sorry about your phone. Here the guys on long haul freights have great deals. Meanwhile, the guys in the yard on road switcher circus get F all. No. Yeah, the freight pool I made pretty good. I want to say freight pool when I worked back in the early 2000s is $500 something a trip. So then, and you could get a ton of trips in. Like how many trips you got was dependent upon like how much rest you claim. All right, around to Callahan. We got to figure out that K652 up here. I think what we're going to do is, yeah, we're going to have to look at that. Maybe we'll go to 4 acre. We may have to manually pull that K652 out of there. There's some kind of light. There's a track light down there. I can't figure out what's going on with that. You hired on at the beginning of PSR for CSX, and it was all the talk in school, so it was a matter of time for it to seep over into NS. Sure enough, about a year in, they started their cuts too, cutting 400 CTs, and then the PSR started rerouting trains, which killed out coal. Yeah, that's the thing with CSX. Like, they cut off so much coal, especially all that coal that was going into Florida. Lakeland was gone. If the Indian town is gone, Power Park is gone. Like, there's so many coal plants that went down, like in the mid 2015 to like 2020. is having issues. Genesee and Wyoming, that's why. Brother Slug, what's up? Good morning. Big Jacko, what's up, dude? Good morning. How you doing? All right, let's go. Down to Callahan. We're going to take over dispatch, and we're going to stop at 4 Acre. It doesn't tell us the length of the sidings on this page for some reason. Usually they do. They don't say on this one though. I wish it would. Yeah, we need to get that K652 out of here. He's just not doing it. How do you contact dispatch on Savannah sub on CSX? It's tone 4. I know that. It's hang on. Fourteen 14 tone 4. Try that, mother slug. 14 tone 4. I don't know why they did, like, usually that's on here. This is one of the few routes where it's not on there. But yeah, do 14 tone 4. I just randomly just toned up all the numbers, right? All the single digits. Like I think I did 3, like, no, I didn't. Maybe 7, 6, 5, 4 or something, like, until I finally got one that worked. Yeah, do 4. Beautiful weather up here, 60s and sunny. Yeah, it was beautiful yesterday. It's going to be beautiful all week here. It's going to be really windy Friday. We got another bomb cyclone coming through. It shouldn't be as windy as it was last time. I think we're only getting like 60-mile-an-hour gust Friday, but CSX K651 got clear distance to Crawford, 93.2 south out. Is Genesee and Wyoming, is that not a good short line to where I kind of missed some of that? Asheville District was the redheaded stepchild, really? We always said that about the Lineville sub. Lineville sub was the redheaded stepchild. Definitely compared to the Fitz. There, we got 40 up here over the diamond. You haven't heard much good about the Genesee Wild, really? Yeah, you just type it in. Yeah, I thought in real life. Yeah, you do 56, right? And then yeah, that's what I thought. That's how I kind of remembered it. But my memory's gotten really foggy after 20 years. But I thought that's like, you do channel 32, and then you do your tone. Then we get it slowed up a little bit more for this. I think I live next to the same BNSF Transcon as you. I'm up near the start of it in Chicagoland. Oh, that's cool, dude. I was just hearing a train roll through just earlier. Usually they don't catch my ear, but for some reason that one did. I heard it rolling through town. That's not working, really? 14 tone 4 is not working? I could have swore it did. All right, through Crawford. Oh, Jack, what's up? Good morning. How you doing? No PTC, no signals, track more control, old EMDs, and lots of old heads. Definitely a different place than the rest of BNSF. Where's that at? That's up in Montana? Yeah, I didn't even think about that. You're absolutely right. The automatic, where's it at? There you go. You could just hit that, right? You go up here. I don't think I've ever used that. Like, I've always toned them up with a radio. But yeah, you could hit the DS menu and then hit tone dispatcher, and then you're good to go. Great Falls. Super weird. Thanks anyway to be on the side for a bit. I could have swore it was 1414 tone 4. My very first video I did on a Savannah sub will tell you at the very, like, within the first few minutes, it will tell you how to tone it up the correct way. Because I remember talking about that. I had to experiment with it to figure it out. Does this one really? This one does it too? That auto calls it too? Just 14 tone 4. Right, yeah. When I say 14, I mean like 14 tone 4. I say 1414, but you're right. You only put it in one time. Like in real life, you would put it in twice, but in game, you only put it in once. And it tunes the channel to the correct one. Really, I've never messed with that. Like, I've always done it manually. I've always done it manually. You just learn something new every day. Tell you what, this short line makes me want to go back to remotes. At least I wouldn't have to give him a paragraph on the radio from engineer so he can shove. TSX K651 has got clear south end of Crawford, 932 south out. Yeah, I kind of wish they would change the radio up where it was more like real life, where you double input the channels. It's not like, it's not that important. It's just, it's a very like minor detail. Announcing your move takes longer than the actual move. They weren't, honestly, with me, they weren't too picky about radio etiquette back then. I don't remember that being an issue. They weren't really, it was more of an engineer. We had one engineer that was like really picky about like forward and reverse. And he was more that way just to be a prick, like, than anything. Especially with new guys. Like, once you've been there for a while, he didn't care. But with new guys, yeah, he did. Like, the way I call signals, this is pretty much the way I call it in real life, isn't actually the right way to call signals. Like, I think you're supposed to say, why, CSXT K651's got a clear south end of Crawford. CSXT 9032 south. Like, I don't do the reporting marks for the locomotive. I just say 9032. My thinking was I did the reporting marks if it was a foreign line locomotive, but it's implied that it's going to be CSX, right? Like, there's no point in that. That just takes up time. You know, at least that was my thinking. So if I was on a UP engine, then I would say, yeah, UP 9032 south out. But if it was a CSX engine, then why? Like, you know your own CSX. Like, it's kind of double redundant. SP, what's up? Good morning.
Milepost 12.3. No defect. Total axle 1.
Andrew says, I know it's off topic, but now we have some former BNSF SC-70 Max here in Alaska. The Alaska Railroad bought 3 or 4 SC-70 Max from BNSF. They just made it up here a couple weeks ago. Really? That's cool. They take them by barge, I guess, right? I want to see them before Alaska Railroad repaints them. Yeah, that's going to be the only chance you have of seeing anything different up there is going to be now. You better do it. As a non-railroader, why do you guys still use hand signals at all anymore? Good Charge Radio will work better any day. I don't know. Hand signals were kind of nice. We used them from time. I used to could car count like on up because the old heads taught you how to do it. But I don't know. Sometimes it is just easier, especially like if you're riding on the step of a locomotive. Because hand signals are cool. They do have a coolness factor. They absolutely do. They do come in handy when there's a lot of radio traffic too. Yeah, we don't want to clutter up the radio. Hand signals seem like a pain in the ass to me. I doubt I'll ever use them. Do they even really teach them anymore, honestly? Like just the very basic stuff. Callahan sub's really nice in game. It was added with the Baldwin DLC. Don't you guys have special radio channels for switching that no other guys can use? Not all the time. No, not all the time. Usually it's just like road channel, and road channel can get pretty cluttered up depending on the location. Like if you're in a busy spot. I don't remember having like any secondary channels that they tell you. Like everything was on the one predetermined channel. A road and a switching channel? Yeah, I don't remember having like a designated switching channel. I just remember having road channels and dispatcher, and that was it. I'm trying to think what we used on the yard job at Coosa Pines, way out in the middle of nowhere. I think we used the road channel for that too down there. I want to say we did. It was probably like 32 or something like that. They just teach the basics. Last summer, Alaska Railroad had leased 470 Max from UP, which was cool since UP is one of my favorite railroads. This Montana's all fancy. It could have changed too, dude. Like, it's been a long time for me. There's no telling. All right, got advanced approach. This is the distant 4-acre. Depends over here. There was a yard channel, one for the remote cruise and one for intermodal. I need to pull out modal timetable and look at that. That's got me wondering now. They may have had a channel for the remotes too, because I don't ever remember hearing the remotes over the radio. That's not like, that might not mean anything though. This XK651 has got advanced approach distant to 4-acre 9032 south out. Remotes is in bell packs, that's right. This has been a nice little trip, guys. Like, this train is legit. She is legit for sure. He'll go. As King says, a pocket rocket. All right, there's our approach. Trying to remember how long this siding is. I have zero clue. Yes, you need a channel for Bell Pack. Nothing than the robot talking over you while you're trying to do it. Nothing worse. So quick look up in the BNSF Montana Division timetable says that on the MRL for example, road channel, switch channel, and mechanical and all have separate channels. Really? I need to look that up. I need to pull my old timetable out. All right, so we're going to stop up here for a second. We're going to go down to Baldwin, try to figure out why that track light is down there, why we got that. Looks like it's an open switch. I need to find my timetable. There you go. Here's Atlanta 99. You'll see the 99 timetables. That's what they look like. Well, it's not showing right now because there's a delay, but I think we knocked this off. All right, for Boyle's terminal, we had yard office or the bowl, channel 84, pump tower 66 and 84, and dispatcher 94. Doesn't say anything else. Try not to get by this red board up here. Let's look at some of the others. That was an approach. Yeah, we're stopping up here. We're going to stop. That one rail fan says you use the rail driver for this. No, I just use keyboard and mouse. You're running on an approach, sir. Critical focus zone. Nah, we all right. We all right. Yeah, we do have a stop up here. We all right. We keep thumbing through the timetable here. It'll be okay. We can bust the air if we need to, right? We can totally do that. These 99 timetables really just kind of sucked. I see why they changed them because, like, the information isn't exactly that great. Like the way it's presented. Yeah, Lineable Sub says all trains will monitor channel 32. That was our road channel, and then we had 94 for dispatcher, and that was it. That's all we had. That's what I was thinking. Just back it up a little. Yeah, if we get by it, we can back up. We'd be all right. We'll hold off this little crossing up here. I bet those extra channels at Boyles are going out, since Boyles is not very. Yeah, you're right. It probably. Yeah, well, there's no more hump in Boyles, so those are definitely gone. I don't remember talking to hump though. We, like, when I worked down there, we had mainline. Mainline yardmaster was like, he did everything. I could probably count on 3 fingers how many times I actually talked to the dispatcher in Boyles terminal. Like, it was always mainline. Mainline, you talk to the bowl if you went down to the tail tracks, if you went down that way. Other than that, it was always mainline. Like, that's always what we did. I don't remember doing anything else. Your old neighbor, they worked for BNSF back through a red signal one time. Uh-oh, during a shoving move. It happens. And say that's not good, right? Yeah, shoving through a red. Yeah. All right, we'll draw it down nice and tight right here. Sweet. All right, let's go down to let's go to Baldwin. Let's figure out what this light is down here. Baldwin. Here we go. So the K652, he pulled down. Where it, like, I don't understand where this light is coming from. He's lying through. His route is good, so where is that? It's almost like a switch is open down here somewhere, but where could there be a manual switch to trigger that in here? I don't... Is it this? No. Have you guys run into this? Do y'all have Baldwin? If you do, have you run into this? I see this all the time. I don't know what's going on with that. The 901 says hello. Well, late again. That's all right, dude. Better late than ever. Hojack says surprised he didn't get decertified. I knew an old head that went through work limits one time, maintenance away work limits. He only got 90 days off. I don't know how that went down, but they went slam through it, like all the way through it at 60 mile an hour. Luckily, the MOW guys hadn't occupied the track. It was like first thing in the morning. I guess it was like they were trying to get started first thing in the morning. And I don't know. I don't know how they managed that. I can't remember the details of it, but I remember being surprised. I remember being surprised that happened, because I was like, damn, if that can happen to him, that could happen to anyone. And I do remember he got 90 days. I do remember that. So where is this light coming from? I don't get it. Never had the issue, right? You've never seen that? I don't get what's going on here. I've had this for a while, and I'm trying to figure this out exactly why. It's over the diamond. So it's between all the legs of the Y. It's literally just over the diamond. And I can't give a route because yeah, this is going to take some investigating. I'm at a loss. Like, I guess we grab K652 and we'll talk them by the stop indication, and then we'll just bring them up there manually. Georgia Central says request permission. Let me drop on this. Let me jump on this K652. I wonder if he's got track authority here, like someone that I didn't know that saved over. Like, does that save? That's the thing that's got me like messed up, is does track authority save? It's pink, but it means there's a yeah, but there's no manual switches in here, dude. Like, there's literally no. It's between these SD60. What's up, dude? Good morning. It's between these legs of the Y, right? It's between all the legs of the Y. So it's between, like, it's between here. It's almost like someone got track authority. It's between these legs. Yeah, I don't know. I'm at a loss. I really just am. I don't know. I don't know if this is a bug or what. It's like it starts right here. It starts at that signal. It's literally just over the diamond. Only time track turns pink is the manual. I thought if you ask for track authority, does that not turn it pink too, or is that something different? Right click to give it a restricting. Yeah, we could try that and see what it does. It's kind of a cheaty way. I don't like doing that too much because it's really kind of cheat. It's not even lighting up the signal. It's not even giving us a light. I wonder, can we get this light? Can we do this light through there? Yeah, we can. So we can line a route through there from this signal. All right, y'all just bear with me. We're doing a little track, like we're doing signal maintainer right now. So we got a light that way. So we can get a light through the diamond. We'll take it back down. No, that's different. That's really weird. Yeah, it is weird, right? Check switches. You don't think it is? Like, yeah, see, it's not even letting me. Well, let's see. That's, I guess these are interlocked together. So until that's done running time. Okay, there we go. Can we go the other way? Yeah, we can. We'll let that time out. We'll try lining a 652 again. I honestly think I've had this pink since day one. The route's updated. Like, everything's updated and good to go. I don't know. I wonder if it's tied into one of these hand throws down here, maybe by accident. It shouldn't be, though. Okay, now I made those pink. Yeah, there's literally no hand throws up here to do this. Okay, let's go back. Let's do this. It says invalid routing. It will not give us a light. That's kind of a big deal too. Like, that's a major route through here. Like, it should totally give us that. Can we get light the other way? Yeah, we can. Towerman says not today. Is it Brad populated world? It may have started out with that. Quincy, why? Is there something to that? It's one. Okay, I probably started out with a Brad populated world, and then I've modified it to my own needs since then, right? Like, I've changed a lot of stuff, but Yeah, let's get on the other train. Let's see what we can do with that. Let's get on this bad boy. Either way, good morning, Quincy. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Let's see if we can grab it this way. Try and releasing mainline authority. I kind of wonder that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's let this guy... Okay, here we go. I didn't even touch a switch. Why did it tell? It just said I... Weird. Alright, what is the... what do we got tone up down here? 54 tone 8. We'll try this and see. Yeah, his goes funky with pink switches every up. Yeah, but there's not a pink switch up there. Like there's no hand throws in the limits of that. It's got to be a mainline authority thing or something. Is the only thing I can think of. All right, let's do tone 8. Pull all that crap down. We don't need that. Not getting a call back. You know what? We'll just do it the easy way. Now that you guys taught me that. I've never done that before. Oh, it would help if he's on. Spur. It's not going to work if Otto's not on. We can sit there and tone him up all day. Now let's try it. Yeah, I don't have. Yeah, I don't have it enabled. Figures, right? Let's try this. So he gave it to us. He gave it right here. I wonder if we need to pull up in that area and relinquish it, right? Alt plus D is the other. I did not know that. Did you give it up? Relinquished. There we go. Okay. All right, let's try this. We'll have to do it. You know what? Never mind. Let's do this. Let's try this. Let's see if he just gives us light. See what he does with this. Just put down a high rail truck and then take control of it and relinquish it that way. You're waiting on at least one train. Figures. Right, okay, let's Lego this guy. So that what you're saying? Put down a high rail truck and then that's what we need to do sometime, guys. We need to high rail, right? We totally need to high rail. I've never high railed in game either. We don't even have a CSX high rail, right? Come on. Throw us a bone. Give us this. Yeah, well, I guess we'll do BNSF. I'd almost rather just have a generic, like a Herzog. Like the Herzog has a few high rails, so we could just say we're contracting, right? I haven't been in this thing in... God, I couldn't tell you how long it's been since I've been in this thing. Like ages. Like literally ages, right? It's been ages. Okay, so basically what we need to do is tone them up. And then relinquish the... There's an NS high rail mod. Maintenance in the way, right? Yeah. Okay, so it's granted. See, now we've got that little piece up here. Then we've got all that. So authority goes a little bit further down. Okay. Let's let go of it. Yeah, reskin. I need to see about that maybe for the high rail truck at least. I don't usually get into the whole skin thing too much, but... Alright, now we let go of it. We still got the light. I am at a complete and total loss why that is there. Yeah, I'm at a loss, guys. I really don't know. I don't know if any of this stuff really matters. All right, well, let's go through. Yeah, I know, dude. Like, I don't know what's going on with it. Good morning, Glendale. What's up, dude? I have zero clue. What is going on with this guy? We're just going to have to... You didn't know you could get authority? Yeah, you can. I don't really do a lot with it with auto. Usually if I have to do any like switching or make a lot of moves or stuff like, I just dispatch myself. Well, we're high reeling. There you go. It's pretty cool. We need a ballast tamper in game. I would totally go out and tamp ballast. I would do a surface gang. If we could have a ballast tamper and a regulator, I would totally do that. I would just sit there and watch trains go by and tamp. I'm really at a loss, guys. I don't know. I wonder if any of these switches maybe are tied into that somehow that shouldn't be. Let's just throw some hand throws down here and see. No, still there, guys. So we're just going to have to talk about it. What does emergency tone dispatcher? Yeah, I don't think it does anything either. Yeah, I don't think it. Yeah, I think the dispatching is kind of a little incomplete as far as that stuff, right? All right, so we're just going to run this guy. We'll talk him by it. We'll talk him by it and just do it that way. That's all we can do. Like we may have to take these switches off power. I don't even think we can throw them. We may have to do the whole thing, right? Let's see what does this thing look like here wise. It's got a good set under it. Let's go ahead and draw them down some more because I don't like that. There we go. We've used it on your server when you have a road crossing collision. Try double right clicking on the section of track where you want the train to go. Please look into external dispatch. It's incredibly useful. It has so many more options for dispatching, way more prototypical as well. Is that I didn't even like there's been so many different things that people have done for that have been kind of like half baked. Yeah, it's just yeah, I'm not able to get anything for that. Let's turn auto off. Oh, now we could throw this. Now we could throw it. I think before we couldn't throw it because auto was on though. Let's make sure they line. Looks good. What's our stats? 6,400 feet, 1.4 HPT, 9,800 ton. 9,800 tons northbound out of Florida. Yeah, that's way too heavy. That's definitely a little too, I think that's a little too heavy. Rusty, what's up, dude? Good morning. You're out rail fanning a lot? All right, let's go. We'll get out of here. Still can't get a light, but either way, we'll just talk by it. All right, so we'd say Q652, it's got permission by stop indication. What would you call this? What would you call this location, right? Is this signal got a specific name? I don't know what you would call this signal, to be honest. Like, they would have something to identify it. Permission by stop indication, NAS. Yard lead? I don't know. Switch is in motor. And this would be main 2 crossing the single main 1 on the Callahan. Looking out for track conditions ahead. Good enough. Good enough. We'll have to worry. It's not like we have to worry about the FRA, so we're good. Oh, we gotta let the independent off. I told you I'm all messed up today. All right, there we go. Now let's ease the slack out a little bit. Yeah, we'll just go by it. Baldwin Diamond is all you got. Yeah. Name of the signal is Shitbox Junction, right? I don't know. There's got to be some kind of name that they've... Yeah, you got permission by stop indication, NAS, Shitbox Junction, number 2 main. Wild, I guess this would be Wildwood number, like this would be kind of a tricky area. Wildwood number 2 crossing to Callahan single main, or I really don't know. Like, that's up to the dispatcher. I'll let them take care of it. I don't know. In Baldwin, they use track 1 and track 3. Really confusing stuff. This place sucks. Get me out of here. Basically, yeah, just let us go. I don't even... Gosh, I don't even know how I can fix that, guys, unless I just uninstall the DLC and like... I need to try a different world save. I think that's it. I think I need to try a different world save and see if that fixes it. Because it could very well be in the world save. What kind of horn we got? You know what? That's all right. I'll go with that. I don't know what it is. I find it interesting. You guys just need verbal permission for a pass stop. Us, it's all written, and you have to positively identify the signal by number before pass. Yeah, okay. You gotta remember, Maverick. This was 20 years ago, but yeah, they would say, they would tell us like 685 got permission by stop indication south end of Roanoke, main to main switching motor, looking out for track conditions ahead, and then he'd give you time and initials, and that was it. Like, and usually all I wrote down on my bulletin was just time and initials, and like it was very low key back then. It really just, it wasn't a thing. Like, we didn't even have the switch, like the signal sheets and switch sheets and all that, like none of that stuff. You guys can get stuck out there. Sometimes you guys wait for hours for. Oh yeah, absolutely. You can wait forever. CSX something wanting to cross from some subdivision to single main on that other sub on whatever, right? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Baldwin is a tricky area because you've got all these different subdivisions coming together, right? Like south of the Diamond, you got Wildwood. North of the Diamond, you got Callahan. East or west of the Diamond, you got Tallahassee. East of the Diamond, you got Jacksonville Terminal. Like, yeah, Baldwin's tricky. I'm pretty sure it's still that way on CSX. And that's still verbal when we go on their side. Yeah, it was never a big deal to get a permission pass to stop. All that stuff was really easy. All right, we just gotta drag this dude through. Always found auto is useful. Just have to find a problem. It's probably, I imagine it's in my world save. That's what I'm going to try. I'm going to try, like, once we get this train, the K train down to Baldwin, the juice train, we'll, if I've got time, we'll load in a different world save and we'll see what happens. Hopefully they add on the SP line and Thomasville sub. Those two are very near and dear to my heart. Yeah, those would be good. I'd love to see, I'd like to see the S line. S line would be cool. Tallahassee, any of those. Really, I'm not going to turn down any route, honestly. Like, I would even take the Kingsland sub. I would take it. Bowline would be cool. If they did Bowline circa early 2000s, they need to do a way to come up with jointed rail. S-line would be amazing. Some of your friends really want the S-line. You want S-line or Bowline? Wish they do more with Selkirk. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Selkirk. I'd love to see the A-line going up to the RF&P, have the RF&P right to Washington, have the Philadelphia sub that way. I think that would be really cool. Could you imagine that? Like all the way up the coast? You take that 10 feet of track connecting NS to Moncrief Yard. That one's all for a boat ride and some sun. See ya. All right, that one. I hope you have fun. Be safe out there. The Toledo sub. You watched the Danny Harmon video about Waycross and Bowline yesterday. That's cool. They didn't just stop just short of connecting it. I don't understand. I'm trying to picture where you're talking about, Rusty. The NS, I know where the NS comes off at Beaver Street. Do they have a track that gives them access to Moncrief itself? I need to go on Google Earth and check that out. It is dead all day on your line. They're getting ready. Last time I went to Amarillo, they get ready to do a big switch replacement. Like they're doing a whole crossover outside of Amarillo. Down there, I guess it's between Panhandle and Amarillo. Like they had all kind of equipment and cranes and stuff sitting out there. Like they had to close part of the highway. They had to close one of the lanes of the highway. Yeah, they had the lead to Moncrief at the Diamond, where it connects to the FEC. I'll have to go back and look. Yeah, we do need jointed rail. If they do the Bowline, absolutely need jointed rail. I think that would be good to have. I've always said I wish, like, on the West Coast, they really need to finish out from Riverside on the UP. I don't know why they didn't do that either. We need that old school UP route. New River sub would be interesting. High speed, plenty of traffic. This switch replacement when Hamilton, Ohio. Yeah, that's a big switch replacement they're doing outside of Amarillo. They had all kind of stuff out there. I was kind of surprised. So they had to they closed one of the lanes on why is our cat freaking out? What's wrong, OJ? Here, OJ. Come here. He's such a turd. That cat's the biggest turd ever. Come here. Come here. Come on. Let them see you. Come here, cat. Come here. Come here, OJ. He got away from me. He's just not feeling it, guys. He just don't want to do it. OJ, come here. Oh, he's fine. He's fine. Just leave him be. He don't want to do it. And don't make him. He's just not for the camera, guys. We got approach medium distant to 4 acre. 9044. He's camera shy. Yeah, the camera and him just don't get along. Yep. All right, let's go. Here, OJ. There we go. Now we got him. Now we got him. This is Ojito. He's not very happy. He's very shy. Look. What's wrong? Why are you freaking out? There you go. That's OJ. Y'all heard of him. I probably got 50 bazillion of his hair on me. He was wild. He was completely and totally wild when we found him. Yeah, he did. He was completely wild when we found him. Like, he was feral. Yeah, we've worked it'll be about a year now. So we've got him for being completely feral until we can pick him up. So that is the OJ. The Ojito. All right, let's continue on. Let's get this guy up here at 4 acre. You just got the southeast routes that have been compared to Google Earth. I know nothing about the real life ops, but love more in-game ops options. This is they had to do one truck running. Yeah, the ops is the hard part of the game. Like, once you figure out how to manipulate the game, the ops is the hard part. That's like, I see a lot of new people coming from Train Sim World, like leaving comments and they'd be like, what do I do? Like, it doesn't tell me what to do. I think they're so used to being told what to do in Train Sim World that, like, they're at a loss in a game like this. Like, you're left at your own devices as far as figuring it out. This train run a lot different than that juice train. For sure. Are you all torqued now that I put you on stream? I think OJ's all torqued. It took you a long time to figure out how to do the locals on the fits. Yeah, and the locals change a lot too. Like, it depends on the time period you want to do it, because like the time period that I'm setting it up is way different than what the current stuff is. Can't stand TSW and trains too arcade. Yeah, it is very arcadey. They're very, I like to call them gaming, right? They're game. They're not really sims. I don't consider them sims. Listen, you need to let him out, okay? See if he wants to go outside. He probably wants to go out. OJ's all freaked out now. He didn't want to be famous, yeah. The middle daughter said OJ's chill guy. He didn't want to be famous. Now he is, right? He's been blasted all over YouTube. Yeah, NWF, the locals that I'm setting up for the fits are way different. They're all based around the 723, 724, which was like the main feeder train back in the day. That was a very cool train back in the day too, because it usually always ran with like 3 or 4 B30-7s. The Waycross to Manchester one, what's that, Hojack? You do a very loose 2003-ish. Are you running a 723, 724? That train was hot. Man, that for a local, that train was hot. I think every time I ever met that train, I was put in the hole for it. But like, they had a long ways to go. They had a lot to do in like a short amount of time. Yes, the A train. Yeah, that's on the fits. That was on the fits. The 723, 724 was a Waycross to like 724 ran Waycross to Manchester. And then 723 ran Manchester to Waycross. And basically what they did was they just set out cars along the route for the locals. I think they worked a few outlying spots. There may have been 1 or 2 spots that they actually worked as far as industries, but they mostly just set out and picked up. That's how we run it on my server too. Glad we got it right. Yeah. The cool thing about that train, like I said, he always had 3 or 4 B36-7s, B30s, you know, something like that is usually what they had. Except it says its limits were turning at Manchester, but I don't ever remember that train turning at Manchester. I think in the early 2000s, they actually turned at Brown Sand. Because they didn't have, I don't remember them having a Manchester set out or pickup. Those were done by road freights back then, and I think they did that to give them a little bit more time to get over the road instead of having to do everything. Hammer Mike, what's up, dude? Good morning. It's going better. The time change has got me all messed up, dude. Like, I don't know which way is up, but we're getting there. We got a signal problem down at Baldwin. We're trying to get this juice train in at Baldwin. We got a signal problem, so we can't auto trains out of there. We had to take this one out. You do 720 the most. 720 was the one that out of all those, 720 is the only one I ever worked. I worked it a good bit. It was a good job. The 723, 724, and the 726 were all those were Fitzgerald jobs, so we didn't cover those. Yeah, the sand turns 732. It's supposed to run out of Manchester back then, but I don't ever remember them running out of Manchester either. Like, I think they ran out of Brown Sand. All right, juice train looks good. Marker's hanging. Let's see if we get this guy cleared up. Pretty decent sized train. At least compared to what we've been running. They have the north. Yeah, that's exactly the way it was in real life, Hojack. The northbound did all the set outs and then the turned and came back, and the southbound did all the pickups. No, the Oglethorpe. Yeah, Oglethorpe's got some good jobs down there. All right, I need to make this guy AI. Let's do that real fast. Man, he just barely fit. Oh, we need to stop him. Fine, stop. There we go. All right, he's AI. Let's turn, let's get auto back on. There we go, auto zone. Let's take this guy. Go back to our pocket rocket. And what do we need to tone up down here? Rona Callahan is going to be 14, tone 5. Yeah, Fitz has got some good locals to work on it. It's a lot of fun. I like the feeder locals are some of my favorites. All right, ask for light. There, we got light. You can't wait till you get the hang of the southeast land and get into the locals. It all looks like a blast. Were you talking about like the Fitz? The Fitz is the hardest out of all the southeast by far. All right, 652. Train looks good. Marker's hanging. Oh, sweet. Just had a sub. Who's that? Who's just sub? Matthew Fields. Welcome, bro. Appreciate the sub, man. Thank you. All right, let's blast off out of here. We're going to have to probably... Yeah, I got to peek. Let's see. Where's he got us lined? He's got us lined down to the north end of Callet, or the diamond there. Whatever that's called. Picked up the tunnel motor pack. Been running old UP power in my SJVR ops. I saw a picture of the Bostwick coal train one time. It was like a T108 or T101 or something like that, and they had a SP tunnel motor on the head end. It was kind of cool. I saw it south and working north, so I haven't seen the Fitz yet. Oh, I got you. Yeah, A-line's fun. I've run it A-line a ton. It's been a while since I've run it end to end. Your favorite local to run other than the 720 is 766. Is that a Sanford local 766? It's a really fun train. I don't think I've ever run that one. Is that a Sanford? Yeah, Rusty, Fitz is a whole different ball game, bro. Like, it really just is. The A-line is pretty gentle. You got the one, you got the Satsuma grade, and then you got the one at, what is it, Orange City or Orange Park or whatever that place is called. You got a pretty good grade down there. Out of Rands to DeLand and then up the branch line. Yeah, that's one I need to look into. I've never done that one. The only locals, the only A-line locals, and I worked these from time to time on the depot way back in the day, was out of Taft. I did some of the Taft locals. All right, we got an approach. He lined us through. Look at there, guys. Like, we got a light. We got a light going through southbound. That is so weird. It's got to be the world save, right? It's got to be the world save causing that. We're going to try that. Like, if we can hurry up and get down here and get stopped, we're going to load in a different world and see if that fixes it. Anyway, we got to approach medium. Yeah, we need to do some more. We need to do some more A-line action down south of Jacksonville. I really like, my favorite stretch out of all of them is like right now, like Savannah to Jacksonville. That's such a good run. That whole triangle, like Savannah to Waycross to Folkston, you know, Jacksonville that way, Baldwin, back up to Savannah and A-line. Like, that's really cool. Probably say 53 south from Moncrief has lots of meats. They got 45. Yeah, you're right. We do have 45. Everyone paying attention. This XK651's got approach medium distant Cal. I guess that's distant Callahan. Oof. Yeah, we're gonna bust that 45, guys. I don't know. She may slow down. She's pretty quick to slow down. Yeah, she is. When she gets a little air under her, she stops on a dime. There we go. Almost perfect. 3 off. I'll take 3 off. Then we got our 30. What would I do? Like, you guys are like my virtual conductors. Y'all keeping me in line. We'll just stay on it. You do a local on A-line, do the A766. Would love to see how someone else runs it. Yeah, I have to look into that. I just like some of these locals I have to kind of research a little bit before I jump in them. I mean, really, any local you do, you should always kind of, you know, at least have an idea of what's going on. Like, what are you supposed to do? No, he needs drunk MTO. All right. Let's let go of it now. There we go. I think we're good. A little bit of an uphill here too across the diamond, so yeah, it's giving us a light south. I don't get it. We can't get a light north, but we can get a light south. TSX K651's got a medium clear. I have zero clue what that signal is. Beaver Street. Yeah, I think I call it Beaver Street. Beaver Street. Callahan single main crossing to Wildwood number 2, baby. I don't know. Something like that. Something in that general. Is that DD voice Danny Harmon? He did do the DD voices for the A-line. I installed a mod that does more like the CSX. So that may have been the mod, it may not, but yeah, he did. He did do all the DD. He did the DD audio for the A-line. 726 is nice too. Yeah. Yeah, I really want to do something with the 724. Like, I'd like to do a whole series on that. Run the 724 all the way up to Manchester or to Brown Sand and turn it and come back. I think that'd be pretty cool. Squinkies, what's up, dude? Good morning. How are you handling the time change? We've all been talking about that. Like, I think everyone's dragging. He did the for the game, NWF, for the game. Yeah, Jason, he got in touch with him, and I assume, obviously, Daddy was gracious enough to do it. Zombie on Sunday, and I've been fine since. I stay up too late. You see these signs right here? Those are so true to life. Those things were all over the place back in the early 2000s, the little slogans and stuff that they did. What's the farthest north you have going on a train? That would be Gay, Georgia on a Manchester sub. Or, well, no, actually, Yemassee. Depends on which route, Hammer. On the A-line, Yemassee. On the Fitz, you can go past Manchester up the Manchester sub to just north of Gay, Georgia. On Limeville side, you can go to what is that place called? It's just north of Campground, Durand. You can go to Durand. I don't think it's called Durand in game, but that spot where Georgia Pacific's at, that's actually that location is called Durand. Check this out. Typical Baldwin here, right? All the auto racks. I don't know how Baldwin wound up with so many auto racks. I don't know where they came from. Man, they had a lot of auto racks in Baldwin, but I don't know how they got there. Like, I just don't know. I don't know where all these auto racks came from. Warm Springs, yes, the town. Yeah, Warm Springs. Okay, Durand's a little bit north of Warm Springs. But Warm Springs, yes. Warm Springs is that little town you go through just before you get to Durand. Durand used to be a tunnel. It used to be a tunnel under the NS. Baldwin was a class yard for auto racks for all of Florida. They come from just about, yeah, they do. Like, Baldwin was like the auto rack mecca on CSX, right? Like, I don't know of any other place that does more with auto racks than Baldwin, but I mean, like, how do they all get down there? You had a Q215 back in the day, early 2000s. Q215 went to Jacksonville. You had the Q213 went to, it actually went to Baldwin. That one changed a lot. Like, that one went to Tampa at one time. It went to Baldwin. And they had a Q237 that went to Tampa. And I think they did a cut there at Orlando. Like, there's so much stuff that went on with the auto racks down there. It's kind of crazy. There was a time when they completely shut it down and moved to Waycross. That's when they redid the yard. Like, they did a lot of work in the yard. All right, let's carry on. We got to clear back there, whatever that signal was. I missed it. Is that a Yellow Nose 3 or Yellow Nose 2? It's a Dash 9. There are no Dash 8s in game, but this is the Yellow Nose 3. Dash 9, 9032. You can see here's our train. Here's our juice train. We got our Philadelphia cut on the head end of auto rack, or not auto racks. I got auto racks on the brain now. Containers. So this is basically a filler cut they would put on the southbound train from time to time. I want to say there was a while that they abolished the 175 and started putting that traffic on the southbound juice train. See she get up out of here. She'll go. Where's the Danny Harmon mod? That wasn't a mod, dude. That actually came with the base game. Like, his voice was with the actual, like, base install of the game. Unless they've changed it. Unless something has changed, he like, for the base game, he was the defect detector voice. K651's got to clear South Baldwin, number 2 main, 9032 South up. It's still the default. She'll rock and roll on. Yeah, she will. Yeah, this train will go. This is a good one. Like, even pigs on CSX, like, if you try to set up an accurate pig on CSX, they're kind of draggy. Like, they're trained, like, they just don't do high HPT for anything. Like, they really just don't. I've even had, like, the draggiest of draggy 121s in real life. Like, that train just did not want to go. And that's a hot pig. Like, that was a super hot pig, and it was draggy as all get out. Every time you go to Jack's, the Baldwin yard is still packed with auto racks. Yeah, the auto racks are like, Baldwin's where it's at when it comes to auto racks. What do you think all the trains that run out of there? At least back in the day, they had Q214, Q220, Q230, Q236. There's probably some more that I'm missing in that too. Like, honestly, like, there were a ton. We should have technically done a crew change back there. Must have an issue with your install because you don't have that. Do you have defect detector sounds though, right? Say that fuel 8 and sand. Yeah, we don't do fuel. We don't do any fuel stuff on my railroad. We just run. I would think back in the day, the Tropicana would have been exempt from that. But it's not Danny Hart. Maybe they changed it. Maybe it got included a different, like, I don't know. All right, we got to clear whatever. I don't think this signal is labeled, whatever this is. I wish they'd go further south, at least on the S line down to where's the Brooker sub or the Booker? What is it? The Booker or Brooker sub? Whichever one that is. That splits off. No, all the Crystal River coal trains go down that way. They were ELFX back in the day. They had the big E on them. Those were cool coal trains because they had that big E on the side of the coal cars. Maybe you did at some point. You know, yeah, I don't know, dude. Yes, you do have the alerter in the... Yeah, okay, you're talking about in game or real life? In game or real life, you did have that. You did have the alerter. There's a button on like some of the older locomotives, like on the Spartan cab. It was like a little spring that you hit. They came off the control stand. Like they had lots of different things that you could do, or you could just some guys would actuate the. Oh, we're fixing to run off the end here. They would actuate the independent. Like there's lots of stuff you can do. Blow the horn, ring the bell, just anything. Yeah, I'd say anytime messing with mods in game, just do it at your own. Yeah, I wish this went further south. I really do. Boom. There you go. We're done. We finally got the juice train across the railroad. All right, I want to do something real fast before we call it a day, guys. Let's go up here to Baldwin. And I'm going to save this real fast. Let's go to world. It may very well be this world. I'm trying to find something that's... Let's try this. Oh, we put it at nighttime. There we go. All right, let's go to Baldwin. Ah, yeah, it is the save. It absolutely is. It is the world save. Oh, that sucks. What could be in the world save that is causing that? It's not really a track light. Do the Q652. I'd love to do Q652, dude. I think I have to go in a little bit. Load in the other one. Let's go back to the other one and see. A430. Who? Oh, this is okay. I was going to say I don't remember that because it's a different world. So, let's go back. And it's back. There must be some random track authority stuff. Yeah, it's got to be. Like, I don't want to lose my world save, guys, but I may... Damn, that sucks. All that work I did. All that populating and stuff. Oh, man. I don't know how to fix this. We got to get rid of this. There's a switch somewhere in some bushes. Really? Brian, is that what there's a switch at Baldwin in the bushes? Right? Really? Is it this? No. It's not. Is it this one? Yes. Brian is the man. Brian, dude, y'all hit Brian up with some dubs, please. Like, absolutely. Brian is the man. Kenny's out. All right, Kenny, I appreciate it, bro. I hope you have a good day, man. There's a random switch in the bushes over here. That is crazy, right? I'm at a loss, guys. Like, Brian. On a stream you're watching. Brian, if you hadn't told me that, dude. If you throw this switch over here, then it gives you a light over the diamond. That's John could be. John could be throwing a... That is a horrible, horrible Easter egg if that is the case. Wow, Brian is the man. Dude, I am like in debt to you, bro. Like, you got it fixed and I get to keep my world saved now. I don't have to start over. Yeah. So some signal maintainer got these spare switch. They got like MOW got spare switches over here on the side, and some signal maintainer went in and like connected them into the signals. Like they're tied in. He tied it into the system for some reason. I don't know why, but our light is gone. That pink light has been on here, dude. I couldn't even tell you how long I've had that pink light. Question is, can we get a light northbound now? Let's get rid of that guy. Let's load another one in here. Let's see. Let's see if we can do this, if it'll work for us. Let's try a manual first. Oh, we got auto on. Never mind. There we go. Perfect. All right, let's knock it down and see if auto will do it for us. It's for job security. That signal maintainer goofed it up on purpose so he'd be out there from now until the end of time trying to figure out, like, pretending to figure out where the signal problem is at. There's a weird AI control thing. Oh, maybe. You've heard of Easter eggs. What the heck? It could be a bug. It could be accident. It could very well be something that's beyond our knowledge as far as the world of Run 8 and why it does that. Let's put auto back on. Let's see if he'll do it now. Wildwood 54, tone 8. Oh, the radio don't work. Okay, well, never mind. We'll just do it this way. He may not know which way to take us because we're not labeled. He may not know. He may not have a clue. Okay, yeah. No, he routed us. Sweet, it works. It works perfectly, guys. I'm glad you didn't miss the stream today too, bro. Like, you hooked me up big time. I am forever grateful for that, man. Like I said, hook Brian up with some dubs because he solved our... No one had a clue. Like, we were all completely and totally dumbfounded as far as why we were getting that light right here, right? Like, no one had a clue. Like, we were at a loss. I really thought I was going to lose my world save, right? I really thought I was going to lose it, and Brian hooked us up. Or if there's something similar in Barstow. I don't know. I haven't been in Barstow. Maybe it's an AI. Yeah, it could very well be an AI. There's no telling, right? Like, sometimes they have to do little tricks and things to get this stuff to work, so. Drive the MOW truck. Dude, it's time for me to go lunch. It's lunchtime. I got a lunch date with Mrs. Spur. I don't think she'd be happy. Is it to control the diamond? Maybe. I'm glad you didn't miss the stream. I'm glad y'all didn't miss the stream too, guys. I really do appreciate it. It's been an absolute blast. It's always a blast with you. I really just, you don't know how much I enjoy hanging out with you guys and shooting a breeze and doing this stuff. So it's 10 in the morning. It's 11 here, bro. It's 11. It's 11:22 here. 11:22 for us. All right, let me check my phone to make sure nothing's changed. Because sometimes things change. Yeah, we're good. We're on for a lunch date. Paul says I would have been on earlier, but I had to fuel a late Amtrak 11. Really? That's cool, dude. So you fuel train, like you contract fuel trains? Have good lunch and good rest of your day, Spur. Absolutely, guys. I appreciate y'all so much. Like I said, I really do. I wager they just put them in there to copy paste building yard and they're just close enough to the diamond. Yeah, I think that could very well be a thing. 1222 here. God bless, Spur. Have a great one. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all. We're going to end it here. We'll be back later. I may stream more this week since the kids are out on spring break. I haven't decided yet. So maybe a stream tomorrow. May just be a video. I guess it'll just be a surprise. I'll surprise myself because I'm not sure at this point. I don't know what I want to do. So love all you guys. Thanks so much for all the help and the likes and the views and everything else. And we'll catch you next time. Peace.